Hey you, welcome back to filmmarriott.net for the latest entertainment stuff. Today, a movie review of Alex Strangelove.
The Golgi apparatus. The most amazing thing about this is Alex Truelove is going to have sex next week.
Huh?
Hot, sweaty intercourse of a sexual kind.
So he is Alex Truelove.
He is.
The movie is
Not
Alex Strangelove. Yeah. It's been doing the rounds on Netflix. Lots of people are talking about it. It's been compared to Love, Simon, which you compared it to.
Yeah.
You recommended it to me.
Yeah, for me, it's very much 16 Candles for the new generation.
Which I still haven't seen yet.
Phil, I'm going to have to lend you the DVD, I think.
It's about a high school senior who's Alex Truelove, who has a girlfriend called Claire, brilliantly played by Madeline Weinstein, who we've seen before in Beach Rats.
Really?
Did you not know it was
No!
her?
Mind blown.
She's amazing in that film. We'll come to her a bit later on because she's the focus of this story. Because
Oh my
it's
god,
about
Phil, I'm
Alex's...
so like, stop. It's like she did a dark version of a character,
Yeah.
and in this film she's done a light version of the same character,
I know.
essentially.
Who knew?
I can't get over that.
So it's about Alex's relationship with her, but he is a virgin and he's a nerd, or meant to be a nerd. We'll come on to that a bit later too. But he's fallen for a guy who is Elliot, who's played by Antonio Marziale. I think I got the pronunciation right. And it's all about his discovery, really, isn't it? As that whole kind of teen angsty thing.
You're coming with us to this party, and you're gonna let your little constipated hair down and enjoy yourself.
Come on, join the cool kids. I think we're here to corrupt you, Alex.
There you are!
Yeah, I think what I really liked about this film is it reminded me of my own high school experience. And I have a best friend who, we were just like this, all through high school. And there's a few other people in our high school that, guy-girl relationships where you knew the guy was gay. And
Yeah.
obviously he's with the girl just for a sense of a security blanket. But I think the film really focused on that relationship, and that's what I really like. And I thought it was just going to be a gay love story.
So it resonated with you?
Absolutely. I thought it was cute.
Yeah, so it's a comedy drama, probably more comedy than drama, although
I'd say mostly comedy.
I didn't laugh a lot though. Did you laugh?
I did,
Yeah.
yes. I thought some of the scenes were a little OTT, and it was funny.
I think that's why I didn't, because it was like a tumbleweed moment when they cracked the joke, which I thought was funny. I just didn't think it was funny. I just think it was a bit too try-hard. It's a bit forced.
Okay, well, I love the whole cereal box scene. That scene was hilarious.
That was good. Should we explain what that is?
Go for it, Phil.
So it's Alex basically at a time where he's not sure if he's bisexual, if he's gay, if he's straight, and he has 3 boxes of cereal which he gets from the cupboard and he puts them down on the counter. And there's one of them which is it Gay Flakes?
Gay Flakes, yeah.
One which is Heteros.
Heteros, yeah.
And the bisexual one, which I can't remember what
I can't
they
remember
called
what it
that.
was either.
So it's basically obviously just a metaphor, isn't it, for the 3 sexualities. And that was a bit of a down point for me, because I thought, this is going somewhere really interesting because it's a bisexual character. We don't see enough bisexual characters in movies, and it's mainstream. Obviously, it's on Netflix. And as much as the film did have a good heart about acceptance of LGBTQ, lifestyles, I think it was a shame that they didn't make him a bisexual character. I think that would have been a much more interesting story.
Do we have to go down this route again?
We're going to get comments.
I don't know. I think for me, Phil, what I really liked about this film was at the end I just got such a nice feeling of, wow, for all the activism that I've done, for all the being outspoken, for human rights and gay rights in my youth, I was a bit like, in the 16 Candles reference, like, to me, it just felt that, like, I helped pave the way a little bit for kids to have movies like this today. Like,
Yeah.
for me, at the end, I got a really, like, warm sense of, like, well, if it wasn't for all that we've done and our community has done for people our age, you kids on Netflix wouldn't have these movies today. So, I don't know. To me, maybe it was a little over the top, a little bit too much, a little bit overacted, but I think kids need these sort of movies these days.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. I think there are flaws with the film. I think it's nice to look at, and I enjoyed watching it for an hour and a half of my
Here
time.
comes Phil being the film critic.
But it doesn't give you the right to treat your workers like horseshit, Janice.
The screenwriting I didn't love. I thought it was a bit clunky, and there's a scene where he's in his bedroom, Alex is in his bedroom, and he's kind of making out with his toy. Not physically making out with his toy, but he's just practicing for words to use on Claire or with Claire. He's obviously coming out with this dirty talk, and his mother comes up the stairs and she overhears him, and she walks into the room and says, "Did I hear you talking to someone?" He's like really embarrassed. It's like, "No, I wasn't talking to anyone, just talking to myself."
It's classic 80s though. There's so many like kids
So
making out with pillows though.
I guess with this film you have to suspend disbelief almost. You have to just accept it for being a kind of OTT comedy in a way.
Well, you know, kids probably don't, you know, hump apple pies either.
And I think when you compare it to films like Love, Simon, which I think was brilliantly written, I think it had problems.
It's not what it looks like.
It's hard to say that Alex Strangelove is a better movie than Love, Simon. I would agree with you.
Yeah,
there.
and there is another moment where he's in bed with Claire and he's fumbling around and he comes out with a line, "Oh yeah, I found it. I did know where your clitoris was," and it was just a bit. Ooh, I just don't know if anyone would say that, even if they were struggling with their sexuality. I just think, am I being too serious? Have I got to
I'm
lighten
laughing
up?
because I'm hearing the film again and it made me laugh. So I don't know. I think you had your serious face on watching the film.
I probably did.
I had a few glasses of wine watching it, so I'm like, hey, it's
maybe
funny.
I need to watch it again with alcohol. That might be a good idea. There's another part where there's kind of cartoony animation on the screen, and it reminded me of Diary of a Teenage Girl. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah,
Which I thought was
yeah.
brilliant. So I think, you know, and there's obviously a feel of John Hughes movies too. I think it was trying to be, you know, trying to emulate that kind of teen movie, but I just don't think I think it misfired a little bit.
Well, I think it was right on the money. I think we needed a movie like this. It definitely should have been made. I wouldn't mind seeing an Alex Strangelove Part 2, you know, see what happens. I don't know. I quite enjoyed it had a very LSD sort of feel because it was a little bit all over the place.
I think that's what he was trying at, because also there's a part where they're licking a frog. They found a frog to try and get hallucinating effects.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
Phil, American kids do a lot of weird things. That's why I thought a little bit of it was true to life. You know, did I go lick frogs? No.
Did you like the characters? I didn't like the characters apart from Claire. I think Madeline Weinstein is a superb actress, and she really made me well up at the end. Can't talk about that because obviously it's plot spoil. But I really loved her performance. I didn't so much with the others. I found Alex particularly, who was meant to be nerdy, I just found him obnoxious. I really couldn't warm to him at all.
Interesting. I didn't find him nerdy at all. To me, he was like, kind of like a lot of my friends in high school, a little bit like, oh, you know, we get good grades, oh, we're the good kids, oh, we're the student body president, oh, we're, you know, examples of our high school, and, you know, and really they just want to have fun and let loose just like everyone else. So I really did identify with a lot of the characters in here.
Yeah. So star rating, for me it's a 3. It's not as good as Love, Simon. I think it wants to be a Love, Simon type of film, but for the importance factor we talked about, I think it could have been a 2-star, it wasn't. It's 3 for me. I enjoyed it.
It's definitely not a 4 for me, so I think I'm with you on this. Definitely a 3.
So what do you think? Have you seen it yet? And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out our review that we did recently of Love, Simon, which we talked about. Check it out, the link is up there. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.